Morning, guys. Good morning, coffee. So, if you are thinking how to slip in more fibers, as you call prebiotic, into your kids' meal plan or your meal plan, is an easy way out because vegetables are normally not tasty and nobody wants to eat vegetables. So, I will throw up a mixture of rainbow vegetables, in which case this is red pepper, carrots, beans, sugar snaps, and this is a mixture of lentil and mung, two different kind of legumes or pulses. So you keep the pulses soaked in hot water, drain it, then boil the pulses, throw some salt and some turmeric powder, which is the color is yellow, and boil it separately, and take the vegetables, boil it to kind of parboil it, like make it soft, and then drain it, and then heat up some ghee. It's one of my favorite, very healthy cooking medium, and put some fennel seed in, and put a pinch of asafoetida we call hing. It's such a nice smell, and it's also adaptogens. The fennel is anti-flatulent, and then put all together and simmer and make sure everything is kind of all blended into each other. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I put some chopped up or garlic and chopped up onion, but as I say, you can mix and match whatever you like. And next time I cook it, I will probably not follow the same recipe. I will have the different vegetables. I may change fennel to 5 spices, or I can change to just cumin, sometimes caraway seeds and stuff. So it will keep changing. So I don't follow a regime. As long as got a good color, like a rainbow color, you're feeding your kids and family good prebiotic. Now, prebiotic is nothing but the food for the probiotics. Probiotics is live bacteria, healthy bacteria that now everybody knows. So probiotics are good bacteria. So prebiotics are fibers, which is food for the bacteria. Okay, and always I'm thinking about protein, because I start thinking about fibers and protein. Now, legumes are very good source of proteins, because the legumes, these are the plants that has got a bacteria attached to their roots that can capture nitrogen from the soil. Not all plant can capture nitrogen. So most of the plant foods are not protein rich. Yeah, but legumes are different. They are protein rich. So vegetarian who obviously don't eat animal protein, and as you can see, this is red meat. It's lamb. You can go for white chicken, but lamb is nicer smell, because it's got more fat in it, whereas chicken is a bit bland. But anyway, I'm mixing some vegetables. I was thinking, what vegetable can I put, because I've exhausted everything here. I found some celery stick. And remember, most of the vegetables, at least some of the vegetables, will have a very thin layer of scales, which is not very soothing for the gut. Can you see I removed the scales here, but the scales here is not removed. So basically you take a knife and peel it, and then just scrape it off. Very easy. And I threw some curry lips and this celery sticks to make it nice. This oil that you can see, it came off this red meat itself. Now, red meat is not bad for health. The thing is, our gut has got lots of loops and corners, yeah. But if this red meat gets stuck into one of the corner, because it's quite big, chunky. I see a lot of patients coming to accident and emergency with a food bolus obstruction, meaning they're swallowing a steak. Steak is something that our teeth is incapable of chew into pulverize into paste. You can't. So as a result, we keep swallowing a bit chunks of steak, red meat. Yeah, it's very tough meat, and if those get stuck in a particular point in your gut, because it's a bit kinky, like narrow, then that will rot there and liberate a lot of toxic chemical, because it's a rotting meat, to be honest. If you keep a piece of meat here and a piece of banana here, and then go out for 1 week and come back and see what smell and what kind of acidity and toxicity that piece of meat is doing, particularly the white meat, red meat, whoever is more toxic. Hey, What are you looking for? Anyway, so you got the meaning, yeah? There's a fat, good fat. I have put ghee here. The fat is coming here itself. But what I was going to say, if you go for red meat but mince it, then the chance of it getting stuck is much less. So then you are kind of eliminating the probability that you're going to cause damage to your gut because of, I call the protein burn. Yeah. So it's called star-coral colitis, like constipation associated colitis. Now you may say that I don't have constipation, but I see a lot of patients who say they don't have constipation, but when I go and do colonoscopy and I see lots of pockets and blockage and inflammatory changes, so it's kind of a traffic jam in particular segments of the gut, and wherever the traffic jam happens, the burn happens, because food is supposed to be entering the mouth and getting out of the body within 48, maximum 72 hours. A food that stays longer is kind of, what do you call that? Outlived its welcome. And the third is carbohydrate, because not everybody is rich to have lots of protein. Animal protein particularly is not cheap. So we will have to complement this with a little bit of carbohydrate. Now traditional carbohydrate is flour and anything made out of flour, like pizza, bread, pasta, etc. Now these are white flours, very artificial in a sense that we rip off all the good stuff, and very rich. It's almost pure sugar when it gets into your gut. So if you eat that pure sugar, like Eka rice, bread, pizza, with some other stuff, it will dampen the spike of your blood sugar. So insulin can handle that better. But even better, if you from time to time or 50-50 change your carbohydrate to other carbohydrate. So this is a very popular thing that we use in India called sago seed, very easily digestible. And it's just a different texture and different variety. I like variety. So yeah, I'm going to soak it up and throw some of this somewhere, maybe not here or maybe here, so that my kids get a feeling of fulfillment in their tummy, and this will give a little bit of prolonged glucose level. So we don't want the glucose to spike and crash. You want a prolonged, sustained. So if you have all together and this, that's what it is. So I hope you got the message. So fat is a must. Cheese, a very good source of vitamin K2 that we need for bone formation. So it is not just vitamin D, you need vitamin K2. And this has also got another thing called C15. It's a very good fat, which we need alongside the other fat, omega-3, which is the fish head and fish skin. Remember, the omega-3 is not in the flesh of the salmon or flesh of any wild fish. It's in the head and the skin. So eat the head of salmon. I know you may think it's very yucky, but we Indians and maybe many other countries, we know how to use the spice and herbs and lots of other cooking techniques to make even the most not appealing food very appealing, and at the same time getting the advantage from that food. So fish head and the small fish. The big fish is not very good. The small fish is better. The big fish is oily big fish, and the head and the skin. Remember, never throw away the skin. So I'm going to go now because it is quite early. As you can see, it's 4:30. I had early sleep last night. So I'm doing some work now, sharing my enjoyment with you. Have a lovely day.